Welcome to Suncoast View. I'm Stephanie Roberts. Will you unplug from work the whole holiday weekend? We'll discuss where it's the law.
I'm senior producer Joey Panic and your man about town, and I'm all about margaritas. We're going to preview a margarita festival with some very funky flavors.
I'm celebrity makeup artist Mickey Williams. Your skin is like a sponge, which means it can soak up just about anything. I'll show you a new skin defense line.
And I'm Linda Carson. We're all proud of our grandkids, but today we meet a Suncoast grandmother who can brag about her grandson winning Dancing with the Stars. All that and more right now on Suncoast View.
Welcome to the show, and a great welcome back to Mickey Williams and senior producer Joey up at the table.
I feel like it's like the old days.
You're usually over there on the other side of the camera yelling at
I'm
us.
having headset withdrawal, though. I feel like I need to have a headset now.
Are you still going to tell us what to do and
No,
when to
I
be quiet
am
today?
hands off. But I feel like, you know, when teachers in the summer become bad kids, I feel like I'm going to be like a bad host today. I'm going to do all the
Do
things
all
I
the
yell
things
at.
you don't want us to do? Well, it is fun to have you up here, that's for sure. And it is very fun to have a familiar face in the kitchen and a name I think you will recognize. We want to welcome Chef Darwin Santa Maria here with his new restaurant, Ceviche La, correct? Did I get it right?
Ceviche La.
Ceviche La.
Yes.
Tell us what we're making today.
Today, of course, we're making some beautiful ceviche. Summer is coming up, and so we're gonna make some ceviche with some Peruvian spices and some fresh fish.
Okay, and we missed seeing you in downtown Sarasota, but I understand now we're going to be able to see you someplace new. Tell us about your new restaurant.
Yes, indeed. I have a new home, Siesta Key. Just voted #2, right?
Yeah.
Big year.
Yeah, for beaches.
So I'm in Siesta Key, getting ready to open up in June. So very excited to join my new community.
Okay.
What's ceviche? What is that?
Ceviche is raw fish. The lime juice cooks the fish, so it's basically fish cooked without a flame. Great flavors, citrusy, fresh, and refreshing.
I've learned something today already.
And you will like it because Linda often says she doesn't eat things raw, but this isn't really raw because the citrus does the cooking.
It's not that creepy texture. It actually
Right.
feels
No, you'll
good.
like
Yeah.
it.
Cooking
You'll like
without
it.
a flame. I can understand that.
I know we've had a lot of fire this week, so
That's
it's good
right. It's time to be safe
Safer,
today.
yes.
We didn't have the fire department available, so no. Not that Darwin would need it, of course. But we'll find out more about his new restaurant in Ceviche, of course, as we go throughout the show. But speaking of beaches, Chef Darwin mentioned this, that Siesta Key, once again, making Dr. Beach's list. You know we have the best Gulf beaches, of course, and it appears now that Dr. Beach agrees. Siesta Key was ranked #2 this year. That place called Maui, well, they got #1, and you know what? They can have it. We know we're better, and that's just fine with us. Grayson Beach in the Panhandle and Caladesi near Clearwater also came in the top 10. But I think that's a great, obviously, accolade for Siesta Key, and this year with the the new improvements made and all sorts of things, we know it'll be packed for the weekend.
It is always packed.
I got to say, parking I feel like has gotten better because for a couple of years I wouldn't go to Siesta because I knew I would drive around and not be able to get anywhere or park. But it's gotten a lot better. The last few times we've gone, we have not had a problem.
The best time to go, I think, is like 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Wednesday or a Thursday, you know.
I'm in.
We'll see if we can get our bosses to agree to that.
Why am I going back to New York? I just saw those pictures.
Why are
like
you?
Sugar sand. Now I'm mad. Why didn't you shared this to me on Friday on purpose.
That's right.
Oh.
That's
Spend
a lot
more
of people
time here.
coming down here.
Yes, a lot of people headed for us for the weekend. So another congrats to Siesta Key. Well, it is time for our first hot topic, and it is a holiday weekend. So will you go for 3 days without getting a work email? Well, you will if you work for a French company, and not just one French company, any big French company, because weekend work emails are now against the law in France. That's part of their right to disconnect bill. The French labor reform bill is an amendment that bans companies with 50 or more employees from sending emails after typical work hours. This is designed to keep digital technology from infringing on private life. Apparently, work burnout is a growing concern in France. So, Joey, I apologize to you because you and I email each other about work at all hours of the day and night. So
True.
we probably have a problem. Could Americans even do this? Could we unplug?
It would not be good for me because I need to know if something happens after 6 o'clock and you want to tell me to wear a different outfit the next day or be here early or later. I've got to know that. I'll be in trouble the next day if I don't. So I don't think we ought to discontinue that.
But don't you think that if we did discontinue work emails, if I did reach out to you or anyone reached out to you after work hours, it would feel like, oh, this is urgent. This is important information. It would almost, clear the way for a real emergency.
Oh, but I'd report you and you'd go to jail.
Only in France. I'd go to French jail.
I want to move to France. Does anybody else? I mean, they get like a 6-month maternity leave too.
They
6
take
weeks
2-hour
vacation.
lunches during the middle of the day.
They work for vineyards.
I mean, they say, I've not been successful at this, but they say that if you block off a certain time of day and just answer all of your emails in that block, even if it's, I don't have the answer, but I'm working on it, or I can't do that right now, that you're more effective. I mean, things fall through the email strainer all the time.
Oh, I've got 8,000 emails on my Hotmail account, so I don't always answer
I know
them.
you never get back to me, Linda. But no, I have so many stickers on my desk of like what my schedule is supposed to be, like answer emails, do social media when you wake up in the morning. And the truth is that it's hard to keep to a schedule like that, Joey. I've tried it because it's true. Everybody just throws through information to you and you think that it's more important or you think it's really important and sometimes it's not. So maybe that would be a good thing at the end of the day, that if you knew something did come through off hours, it was kind of an emergency.
And it won't get lost. I mean,
True.
sometimes when things come during odd hours, you don't see it and then it gets buried.
And you train people to, they know now, oh, I'm available at all times of day. You can reach me. You train them to do that, so you'd have to kind of train them to not do that.
Well, I
if it
don't
was
see it
against the law,
happening
that would
here,
work.
but I think the French definitely know what they're doing with knowing how to unplug. Well, the Scripps National Spelling Bee ended the same way it has for the past 3 years, in a tie. Well, this year, one of the winners is the youngest ever at age 11. Earlier in the week, a 6-year-old competed. So the best spellers end up fluent in Latin and Greek root words, which is amazing to me at that age. So every year, the bee has to go to words that come from trickier and more obscure languages. All right, I'm going to tell you the 2 winning words, and I'm not going to say them correctly. It's Feldenkrais and Gesellschaft.
Oh.
And they meant something that I didn't even understand.
Sounds like beers that we tried yesterday.
This is terrible. There should be real words that we use all the time.
They can spell them all. I mean, they're so good. They have
Eventually
to.
they couldn't. There'd be something.
Apparently
But those
they
words
can.
are pretend words.
Oh, I don't know. They're so cute.
How
Now,
often
are
do you
they
use those words in your everyday language?
every day, Linda?
Gesellschaft.
Every day.
Those New
Gesellschaft you.
Yorkers.
No. But did you see how cute they were? Come on.
they're
They were like high-fiving
crazy
each
smart.
other. Oh,
Isn't this
I wanna be
refreshing
their
though?
friends.
People are afraid that like spell check and texting are ruining grammar and spelling, but obviously not. The words have had to get harder.
Not for everyone. Not
Yeah,
for
I
everyone.
can't even do words with friends, right? I'm like, why do I always get Q's and X's? It doesn't make sense. I need that kid.
Those kids could handle it, that's for sure. All right, I don't know how well you're going to handle this one. So obviously there's a lot of buzz around the Rio Olympics. Well, it appears the athletes will be able to score in more ways than one. 450,000 condoms will be available in the Olympic Village for athletes and staff. Okay, that is 3 times more than the amount that they needed during the 2012 London Games. Obviously, it is to help encourage safe sex amongst the Olympic participants, but there is certainly some speculation that it's also in the growing cases of the Zika virus in that area, which can be transmitted sexually. I had to read this story 3 times and then kind of stop to think about, if you're there for the Olympics and you're performing and at the best shape and focus of your life, who has time to go?
You got to get a release. That's what everybody says. Those villages are pretty like.
In the
Promiscuous?
old days, when I was in high school and college, the coaches told the players that having sex before a performance would drain their power. It would make them weak. So athletes didn't have sex around the time they were performing. Guess those days are gone.
No, I think there's like clinical research probably at this point. It's not the case.
But I had no idea that the Olympic experience was such a
yeah.
fraternizing
All
one.
those fit bodies in one place.
I know, and I mean
blame them.
caipirinhas. But I have to say, I did work with a male swimmer at one point when he was doing a local New York like talk show, or not local, it was actually national, and he was talking about his medal, and he was saying that behind this, he was telling me all about the villages and how they pass out condoms when they're walking in, and they have like the little Olympic rings on them and everything. There was like branded condoms for the Olympics, and it was really funny. And he said it just goes back and forth, back and forth. You just run from these from village to village. It's like a pretty fun party.
Wow, you could get that virus through sex.
Oh, yeah.
Who knew that?
Yeah.
I mean, not that it's going to affect my life or anything.
But I feel like we're missing one big key point that is maybe it's to prevent having children. You know, like if you're an Olympian athlete, having a child could ruin your career.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
True.
Especially if you don't know who the parent is.
Right. So maybe it's just a matter of like, listen, no babies after the
The
Olympics.
old-fashioned way.
9 months later. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
I just thought they were there to compete. Obviously, I missed something.
I'm worried about those mosquitoes.
Let's go to Rio. You want to?
All right, well, we all spend a lot of time in the road, especially on holiday weekends. An autopilot car would be nice, and Tesla's autopilot technology is in the headlines, but not quite the way the company had hoped. Here's a video that's going viral. It shows a man asleep behind the wheel in traffic. Tesla says their new autopilot technology is designed to give drivers confidence behind the wheel, but it still requires you to be alert. You see that guy? He is out cold. So the car company is using this video to remind their owners you still have to be safe and responsible in an autopilot car. Now, I'll be honest, this is why I can't have an autopilot car, because I struggle staying awake a lot on highway driving. I do. I have to be very careful with the times of day I choose to drive. And if the car was doing more of the work, there's no way I would be able to keep my focus.
Yeah, the motion puts you to sleep.
Absolutely.
I had to stop driving to Atlanta. Even if I pulled over and drank coffee, I would still cold, and I could feel bump, bump, bump as I went off the road.
Yeah, absolutely. I know exactly that feeling. In fact, I don't use the cruise control because it's too much autopilot. I need to be able to focus to keep myself engaged.
Although looking at that guy, we might be safer with it on autopilot.
Aren't those cars like 200,000, right, or something like
they're
that?
expensive.
It's for the auto part that parks itself. Isn't that? I'm sure that's like a 2-car family home. You know what I mean? So what happens when you get into the other car and you're like, oh, I got into the Tesla.
I'm going to have to drive on this one.
The Ferrari doesn't have this. I have to use the Tesla.
First world problems.
Yeah.
Well, it's graduation season, and this is my favorite graduation story. When a young woman received her diploma at Eastern Connecticut State last week, a very important person was there to congratulate her. It was a police officer who had saved her life when she was 5. Look at this photo from 1998. Officer Peter Getz had arrived at a burning apartment building and was handed a 5-year-old girl who was unresponsive and covered in ash. He knew the ambulance would take too long. He put her in his patrol car, started CPR, and his partner raced them to the hospital. This saved her life. Well, they recently got back in touch online, and 17 years later, the guardian angel police officer got to watch the life he saved take the next step in her life. I get chills every time I see this story. I love the social media world that allows people like this to reconnect. I love that he made a difference.
I did a story like this several years ago. There was a terrible wreck. She was almost 9 months pregnant, and they said they just pronounced her dead on the side. And the paramedic said, "No, no, no, we're going to take her to the hospital." And she lived. She had the baby. She had another child, and he went back when that child was graduating from high school and saw her again. He always kept in touch with the family. So it created a bond that lasted forever. It's still going on. They live in Northport.
Oh,
That's great.
Nice to hear these stories, and I'm sure it's just one of many, you know, and how many times is it going to come full circle like this?
So go save somebody, and you'll have a good friend.
Right, and then in 18 years.
I feel like we hear so much about the bad stuff. So this is so great when you hear that these, you know.
Absolutely.
It's just wonderful. I mean, that's a hard job. And to give it the extra mile like that.
And to have to do it day in and day out to be able to make the difference and then make that connection for the rest of your life. So something to say thank you for, that is for sure. Your Florida trains many championships, and actually water skiing, one of our big sports, believe it or not, but some people get an earlier start than others. This little girl can't walk and she can't talk because she's 6 months old, but she can water ski. Her name is Zyla St. Ange, and she is being pulled for over 600 feet in a Winter Haven lake. This is right across the state from us. Her parents say this sets a new world record. Guinness says they actually don't keep records about 6-month-old water skiers, but maybe now they will. It makes sense when I tell you that her parents are both professional water skiers, and they started pulling Zyla around the living room on skis. Apparently she absolutely loved it, so they decided to get her feet wet, literally.
Do Zyla's legs bend?
Yeah, baby.
I want to know if
Babies
they
can
just prop her
drown
up.
in just a little tiny bit of water. And
Yeah.
the first thing they do is cry, which opens their mouth and lets the water in. I think that's extremely dangerous.
Yeah, Zyla can't walk, but she really can't
And there's
swim.
nobody around. There's
Yeah.
nobody around.
I mean, it is super cute, but when you think about it, like that could have gone a very different way. That's a big risk.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
assuming that they were on the boat ready to dive at any
They're a
moment.
long way
but-
away, though. Babies
Yeah.
drown very quickly.
I just hope that was fast forwarded and that
Yeah.
Zyla's
And right off camera, there was a hand.
There's a
can't
flotation
stand-
device underneath that.
I'm jealous, though. I can't stand on skis
Well,
to
they
save
should-
my life.
They should let you do it
Oh my-
instead of the baby.
I would not get as far
I'll
as
pull
that.
you around the studio if you want, Joey.
Zyla has a
There's
better
a
sense of
sword,
balance than we do, I think. So, all right, it's time to check in with our happy hour forecast, and you won't want to miss when we sit down next and talk with the grandma of the latest Dancing with the Stars champion.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Another warm day today. Highs were in the low 90s and lots of sunshine around. Looks like the atmosphere will start to be moistening up a bit as we approach the weekend. The dew points come up to 62. Yesterday at this time was around 54 degrees. So that is important to note. Also important to note, it looks like we have a newly formed tropical depression or possibly even storm at the 5 o'clock advisory. There are warnings that are going to be issued, we do believe, for the coastal areas of South Carolina here within the next hour, so we'll keep an eye on that for you. That storm will move away from us. It should not have a huge impact on our weather. It will cause some high surf and already is along the east coast of Florida. There are some big storms. There's two right now near Fort Pierce, stretching down to just south of Miami right now, but not a lot of rainfall for us. Things are quiet here right now. We'll see a return to some scattered, mainly afternoon and evening storms beginning on Saturday and continuing through the weekend. We'll have more on that coming up at 5. See you then.
As a grandmother, I brag about my grandkids all the time. You know that. But today, we are going to introduce you to a Suncoast grandmother who really has bragging rights. Her grandson, Niall DeMarco, just won the Mirrorball Trophy on Dancing with the Stars. Please welcome Nancy Thompson. And Nancy, we want to start by showing you watching Dancing with the Stars and watching your grandson. Look at this. It was so much fun. I'll bet you were so nervous as you sat there
The winners
in Sarasota
and new
watching. There you are.
champions for Dancing with the Stars are.
That's so cute.
Right in Venice, right? So right down in Northport?
Yes, Northport. This is Harbor Isles. This is where we live. And
Oh.
we had a party in the clubhouse.
So everybody knows he's your grandson.
Oh, yes, you better believe it.
Oh, he is gorgeous.
Yes.
What a hunk.
Yeah.
I bet everybody tells you that.
Yes, they do. They do. They think he's just so beautiful looking and handsome and
What an
Just
athlete to dance like
amazing.
that. Oh, that is really, really the hardest dancing in the world, I guess.
yes.
Did he
yes.
get the moves from you? Did you teach him everything?
Well, no, not really. Like he said, he never really danced at all growing up at all.
Unbelievable.
And since he said, well, I'm going to take that challenge as well after he won the modeling contest. So he said, oh, I'll take that challenge. And he did just beautifully.
There he
Oh,
is
he
from
did.
the show.
So he really, I mean, there was nothing growing up, nothing.
Nothing.
Oh,
No.
and
Wow,
one of
that's
the judges said that it was the best dance she'd ever seen on the last night.
Oh, yeah, the one, I love the one with the sound of silence. that he
Yes.
did.
Oh, yes, that
It
was beautiful.
Very beautiful.
Now, he's deaf. How did he deal with that challenge growing up?
Well, because his parents are deaf, like there's a lot of deaf people in the family. My parents were deaf, and I had a deaf son who is Niall's father. The name change came later when they were in college. He changed to DeMarco. His,
For showbiz. Yeah, I had a daughter.
So, but because of the number of deaf people in our families, that it was just something that we just accepted and went on. And in fact, he has two brothers that are deaf. His mother comes from a total deaf family. Her parents and her 2 brothers are deaf. On my side, it's just my mother and father, but I had a sister who had a deaf child.
So in terms of being deaf, did Niall talk about how he dealt with that for dancing? You can't hear the music. How does he work with the beat?
He said that Peter was a lot of help to him. That's his dance partner.
Yes.
And they had different touching motions,
Okay.
smiling.
It's amazing.
He just is good at it.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. He's just excellent dancer.
You would think he could feel the beat, but with
No.
all those people yelling and screaming and bouncing,
Yeah.
then you couldn't feel the beat.
No, not at
And it
all.
would be one thing to dance passive, to just pass off that he could dance, but he danced very well. I mean,
Right.
he was
He's the best.
It's
the
amazing
best
that he
there
wasn't
was.
hearing the music. I mean, most of us
No.
can barely dance
And there
hearing
he is
the
again.
music.
Isn't
Yeah.
that beautiful?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
was the reaction of the deaf community, of your family, seeing him go to the very top?
Yes, well, he has a very, very huge deaf following. I'm sure that the other 2 dancers were beautiful dancers as well. And because of the votes that count, I'm sure that the entire deaf community
That's wonderful.
in America
Right.
have voted for him. They're all behind him because he's also an adversary for the proper deaf education.
As well he should be. I mean, it's just wonderful to show what you can do,
Yes.
even though
Exactly.
you
That's
may
what
be
he's
deaf.
saying.
What's
I'm
he going
deaf,
to
but I
do?
can
What do you
it.
think?
Well, he graduated from Gallaudet University with a bachelor's degree in math.
Oh,
But he's sidetracked right now because
That's okay.
You can just sit and be
dancer.
pretty.
Well, he's done a
modeling.
lot of modeling, and I know we have some pictures of that too, because
Yeah.
that's kind of what got him out there
very,
initially.
Yeah.
oh, what a good-looking guy.
yeah, he is a handsome boy and very proud of him.
And he
Invite
obviously
him to
works
come
out.
down.
Yes, well,
That's one of his underwear.
yeah, sorry. I apologized at the beginning of the segment that we did pull some of in his underwear. I didn't want to embarrass you.
Yeah.
And you wanted to say, okay, put on some pants.
I have great
No, she's like, go out there and make some money.
You are so good looking. You are such a good grandmother.
very proud
we
of
give
you.
you all the credit. Thank
Right.
you so much.
Good family support.
Next, we've got a comedian coming up, Josh Sneed. He's going to keep us laughing. Again, congratulations.
Thank you
You
very
did
much.
good.
On Animal Outtakes, every week, it's a new animal adventure. From meeting curious lemurs to feeding big cats and hosing down rhinos, there's never a dull moment. And sometimes these amazing animals chime in. Tune in to Animal Outtakes to find out what they have to say. Watch Animal Outtakes this weekend on ABC 7.
The reason why I joined SWC Properties was from the moment I stepped foot into the office, I felt an immediate family vibe that I knew I wanted to be part of. Didn't matter if you were in the industry for 30 years or it was your first day on the job, everyone had the same mentality, to put the customer before the commission. I like the fact that I can help them with the biggest purchase of their life. It's a very scary situation for them, and I just like taking the time to make it as simple as possible.
On your TV, on your computer, on your camera, on your smartphone, on your Apple Watch. And now you can get ABC 7, your Suncoast News on Roku. Just go to mysuncoast.com and click on the mobile tab for a list of fast and free downloads that deliver ABC 7, your Suncoast News on the go.
Live on stage, Florida Studio Theater will present the play Alabama Story.
And our city will begin discussions
On race,
on equality,
on civil rights.
the most important conversation of our time. Will you join us?
Hurricane season is here, and once again, ABC 7 is providing you vital information you need to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast.
Hurricane season is here. We'll show you how to prepare, and we'll open up the My Suncoast helpline to answer your questions on putting together your readiness plan and survival kit.
Join the official Suncoast Storm Team for Surviving a Hurricane, a live presentation of ABC 7, your Suncoast News, Wednesday, June 1st at 7.
Did you know? When your dog stays at Canine Corral, the play is free? Contact Canine Corral today about boarding and daycare packages. Canine Corral, where the love is.
Our next guest is comedian Josh Sneed. He's the headliner at McCurdy's Comedy Theater through May 29th, and he titled his last comedy album Unsung Hero. So, of course, we're dying to ask, why are you an unsung hero?
Well, we're not skeptical or anything.
I don't know. I probably should have prepared a picture of the album so you could have seen the joke behind why I call myself the unsung hero. But the photo on the front is a real picture from when my son was born. And basically what happened was my wife had a C-section, and she was in the bed for 3 straight days, and she said, I just want to sit in a normal chair for a few minutes. So she handed me the baby. I let her sit in the chair. My mother-in-law was in the other chair. So I sat down on the bed, and I thought, how funny would it be if a nurse walked in right now, and here's my wife sitting in a chair, I'm laying in the bed holding the baby. So the photo is me laying in the bed, my wife's giving me a drink of water, I'm holding the baby like I did all the work.
That's hysterical.
And then from that I wrote a bunch of material, you know, sarcastically calling myself the unsung hero of the whole process, when of course she did all the work. But that's where the name came from.
How old is the baby?
He will be 5 in July.
And you're still laughing.
I am still laughing. And I have a daughter coming 2 weeks from yesterday.
Oh,
are you having her?
I am. Don't I look great?
You do.
I'm not even showing yet. But no, I'm very excited about the baby girl. We just had a huge garage sale to get rid of all the boy stuff that we kept just in case, which is a nightmare. Like, I don't know if you've had garage sales or not, but they are the worst thing ever.
What didn't you like?
I had people, pretty much. I hate people. Because it's like, because last time we had one,
Nobody
we did it.
Came?
No, everyone comes, and they're just, you know, you get guy who asks about things that he knows isn't for sale, you know, like, hey, how much for this freezer full of steaks? And I'm like, sir, you're letting all the cold air out. Could you please close the door? I had a bungee cord wrapped around that for a reason, you know, and he like takes a ribeye out of his coat pocket and puts it back in. And then you get guy who just watched an American Pickers marathon and thinks he's an expert in antiques, you know, so he walks right up, hey, you got any antiques? I'm like, sir, I'm 35. I don't know why you would think this is the place to come, you know, look for antiques. You know, I don't know what he expected me to do, just like pull some sheet down and be like, oh, this is a 14th century armoire that has been in my family for generations, but I can't get it into the house, so, you know, make me an offer.
Size 2 baby outfit.
Yeah,
yeah. Here's one.
And the hagglers, like, I hate the hagglers, you know, he's like this guy's staring at a toaster, and I tried to give him a little backstory, you know. I'm like, oh, we got married last year. We don't need 2 toasters, so we're selling this one, and it's $1. And he was like, he just starts staring at it for like half an hour, like, oh, buddy, I mean, what is that, a Sunbeam? I mean, it's all right, you know. It ain't like an Oster or a Hamilton Beach or a KitchenAid, you know. And I'm like, dude, it's $1. And, you know, he's like, I would probably go 25 cents. And I'm like, I'll beat it over your face for free. I mean, if that'll make you feel better. But the good news is I just found out before I came on that I'm actually booked at the Comedy Club in the Olympic Village in July. So I'm going to have a real good summer.
Yes, you are. And you won't have to have any more children. You'll be well protected. Yes. All right, well, Josh Sneed is at McCurdy's Comedy Theater through May 29th. For tickets and info, you can visit McCurdy'sComedy.com. Thanks for coming in, and you're going to want to get your salt and shakers ready. We're having Margaritaville come to us.
My dad is my hero, and I wanted to give him a chance to live life and be happy. Granny Nannies has been a huge help. It has contributed to the health and happiness of my dad, for sure.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
Music on Main at Lakewood Ranch. If you haven't been, come on out and see what you've been missing. The first Friday of every month, you can enjoy a free concert, dancing, great food, and lots of fun for every family member, even the furry ones. Catch up with friends, enjoy free activities for the kids, or make it date night. Whatever your pleasure, there's something for everyone at Music on Main, the first Friday of every month at Lakewood Ranch. Brought to you by these sponsors at ABC7. Hey kids, come and learn baseball from the pros. The Bradenton Marauders are hosting baseball camp on June 27th, 28th, and 29th at McKechnie Field. Boys and girls ages 6 to 14 will learn the fundamentals of hitting, pitching, and fielding from professional Marauders coaches and players at this state-of-the-art training facility. Your camp fee includes a t-shirt, lunch daily, and 1 ticket to the Marauders games on these nights. To sign up, visit mysuncoast.com by June 1st. Presented by ABC7, your Suncoast news station.
One of my personal favorite aspects about SWC Properties is how they recognize that all clients deserve the very best exposure for their home. Hi, I'm Kylie Eastman Riccardi. Having been born and raised in Sarasota, Bradenton, with my father being a local favorite periodontist and my husband a well-respected attorney, I take pride in representing my hometown with the highest degree of professionalism and expertise possible. It's simple. We just market your home better.
Thanks to my volunteer, I am a better reader.
Thanks to my volunteer, math seems simple now.
Thanks to my volunteer, I discovered new career goals.
I'm a volunteer for Sarasota County Schools, so I know I can make a difference. And you can too. Give an hour, change a life.
When you don't know who you are, you can be anyone you want to be. You're coming with me.
Ooh, where are we going?
To the most wondrous place in the world.
Go! Untitled View's traveling circus is here!
This isn't a fairy story. People don't always live happily ever after. But we will. I'm Hetty Feather, and this is my story.
Granny Nannies. We've been making house calls for over 25 years. When you need home health care services, there really is no place like home.
Grandma!
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
How fun we really think this is. Yes, we're talking tequila. Welcome back to Suncoast View. We're going to make some margaritas to get ready for a big margarita festival as we head into the weekend. But first, we want to check back in the kitchen with Chef Darwin and his new restaurant, Ceviche La, which is Latin street food, and we're going to find it right on Siesta Key. But Chef Darwin, you told me something I really need you to explain to everybody. How will you be serving food to the beach?
Yes, indeed. I love that song. Tequila, right?
Exactly.
Like I said, ceviche now, right? Well, we're going to be the first restaurant. This new concept is small, 40-seat restaurant, but our main goal is to deliver it to the beach. We'll deliver great food to the sandcastle. So we partner up with a local entrepreneur called Siesta Key Beach Services. It's called Surfers. So we're going to be the first restaurant cater to the beach. You know, we talked about parking spaces. You know, you don't want to leave to your car and lose your parking space.
Right.
If you're hungry, you want to deliver some craft beer, some beverage, some water, and some great ceviche, some great street food, we're going to cater that to you.
That's
phenomenal. I'm really excited on that one and that service.
Oh, yeah, that sounds great. All right, something new to be offered at Siesta Key, which is already a great place. We'll come make ceviche with you in a few minutes.
Thank you.
Joey?
Well, Margarita and music lovers are going to be filling downtown Tampa this Saturday for the Tampa Margarita Festival. And we on this show never miss an opportunity to celebrate a festival, especially a festival about a cocktail. So joining us from the Margarita Fest is the event manager, Latasha Taylor. Welcome, Latasha. You brought one of our favorite things.
We're so happy to have you here.
So before we dive into the Margarita aspect of the festival, let's talk. It really is just as much about music. Tell us what we can expect with music.
So our headliner is Blues Traveler.
Oh, wonderful.
We have local bands, Southern Train, Monkey Mango.
Nice.
Fun.
So.
And great job. Like Blues Traveler's a great band to drink margaritas and listen to. You know, like it's a nice
almost
match.
It's fun, right?
Where is it going to be?
It's going to be downtown in Curtis Hickson Park.
That's the big waterfront park in Tampa.
Yes, on the Riverwalk, from noon to 11.
And it's a great event. Now, you've been doing this for years, this event. It
Yes.
really draws a lot of people.
It does, and it's just grown to be bigger and bigger, and we just keep improving. we like it. It's fun.
Nice. And speaking of improvements, now let's talk margaritas. So margaritas kind of like martinis. We've talked about this before. There isn't just one kind of margarita anymore.
No.
So you're going to be serving, I think it's over 50 different varieties.
Over 50. I think we're up to actually 60.
60 different types of margaritas? Wow, that could be quite a day.
You better Uber home.
Yes, definitely. Wow.
So you brought us a sample. So let's start first with, I love this, Fireball.
This one is Fireball?
That one is Fireball.
Okay,
Can I
so tell
drink
us,
it? Yes.
for those of us who aren't familiar with it, Linda, you need to know this, what Fireball is.
Okay, what is it before I drink?
Okay, so Fireball is cinnamon whiskey.
That tastes like an
cinnamon
atomic
whiskey. Oh, okay.
It's like a Red Hot.
Yes.
An adult Red Hot.
So that's interesting, a margarita with whiskey. What
It's
do you think?
still a margarita and it tastes good.
Yeah,
So you
not
like
too
it?
strong.
Not
I
too
do.
strong,
No.
okay.
You can smell the cinnamon as you're about to even sip it.
Oh, I like that.
It's like a little breath fresh.
Oh boy, that's
my.
really good. And it isn't overpowering with the Fireball, but
we were
it's
worried
got
about
that
that.
hint.
We were worried about that.
No, that's very nice.
No, and it's still a margarita. Oh, it's so good.
All right, Linda.
All right,
Linda loves margaritas.
So the next type you brought, which I love, is you've actually brought bacon into a margarita.
It is a bacon margarita, yes. It is infused bacon tequila.
Okay, so it's still made with the mix as a regular margarita.
Yes, but the tequila is infused with bacon.
Okay, I'm a little skeptical of this one.
Garnished with a piece of bacon, which I love.
Yes, I do like the bacon
So
garnish.
infusions are huge on the Suncoast. We love them down here, and obviously they're big everywhere to infuse the liquor before you put it in.
Very good. I don't think I taste the bacon. Maybe I should stir.
I'm scared of
We've
it.
got a little piece of bacon right here.
That's interesting.
I don't find anything in a margarita I don't like. This is just awesome.
It's kind of like the evolution of a Bloody Mary, too. You know, you start to put the garnish grows.
We had that festival last month.
This, you know why the bacon is okay? Because I'm not a big fan of that flavor in general. But because you do margaritas with salt, the bacon kind of enhances the salty flavor of the margarita. That's not all that bizarre. You guys have some good ideas.
Yeah, this is awesome.
And if you're drinking margaritas all day, I mean, maybe I have once or twice, you do need something to kind of cut the sour mix.
You do need
know?
something
I was going to say you forget to eat.
Yes. And now the third
I'll
kind,
this.
which I love because you're mixing sweet and salt, is the sriracha strawberry.
And you're actually going to make one of
Yes, so
those
let's
for
get-
us.
Yeah, right
Show
now.
us how you do that.
So, it's just a half ounce, an ounce and a half actually, pour of tequila.
Now
Okay.
you're talking, yeah.
Yeah, just worried about half.
A little bit of strawberry puree.
Okay.
And then, of course, the margarita mix.
Okay.
And that's it. So this isn't something you can't even make at home.
Okay, so that's basically a strawberry margarita, and then you're gonna
Garnish
take it
with
up a level.
with a little sriracha at the bottom of the glass.
Oh, there's the spicy.
So spicy.
Yes.
Wow.
That's the nice mix of the hot and sweet.
And it's like it's a natural detoxant, right? Once
Exactly.
it's just gonna like.
We're getting healthy for June.
It's good for you.
Now, do
Yes.
different restaurants come in to make these margaritas, or who are the vendors that are making the more than 60 flavors?
So actually, we have a bar company that comes in and does this for us. You Dream Events.
Thank you.
She does all
Let's see
of
how
our,
you like it, Mickey.
She does most of our events. Her bartenders
Okay.
do. But we do have vendors, food vendors. There's
because we're
going
going to need to eat.
Yeah.
We're gonna need to, you know,
Any
we're gonna need to
advice
eat.
for people that are going to go this weekend? Pace yourself.
Bring a driver?
Yeah, definitely
Well,
get a driver.
there's all kinds of options. It's not just tequila. There is even a wine-based margarita. So
Oh, nice. And it's just a great weekend to be outside, too.
awesome
Weather's
weekend
great.
to be outside. Bring your chairs, bring your blankets.
Wonderful.
Come
And
watch.
perfect for a little day trip, as long as you can get back safely.
Yeah.
The Tampa Bay Margarita Fest is May 28th from noon to 11. If you want more information, get your tickets. I know they're going fast still. TampaMargaritaFest.com. And next coming up, Mickey has got some great products for us. We'll be right back.
The all-new official Suncoast forecast, only on ABC 7.
Hey, Vanna, have you heard about the new Wheel of Fortune lottery game?
You bet. It's the ticket for some lucky lottery players to come here to Hollywood.
For a chance to participate in a private, non-broadcast taping of Wheel of Fortune with us.
Play the Florida Lottery game for a chance to win up to $250,000 instantly. And enter to win a VIP trip to Hollywood for a chance to win up to $1 million. Non-winning tickets only.
Play the new Wheel of Fortune game today.
Scratch, spin, and win.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what's coming up at 5 o'clock. An elderly World War II veteran attacked by his caregiver. What Northport police say happened and how the victim is now doing. Plus, dozens of abandoned cats rescued. What Cat Depot in Sarasota now needs to help nurse those felines back to health. Let's go check on the weather now with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob?
Scott, it appears that we do have now a tropical depression, the second one of the season. Reconnaissance aircraft indicating a rotation, circulation, and deep convection developing around the center of this system. And it appears that the 5 o'clock advisory comes out. There may be tropical storm warnings issued for parts of the U.S. coastline. All the models are agreeing that it's going to be heading right towards South Carolina over the weekend. So we'll keep an eye on that for you. We'll have an update as the National Hurricane Center is gathering the information right now. 87, we have some sunshine. Details in your forecast at 5.
The all-new MySuncoast.com. Just another way we're here for you. At ABC7, it's all about being here for you. Introducing ABC7 News at 7 with award-winning investigative journalist Lancome. In-depth reporting and debate on important issues and stories in our community. With a featured topic of the day and a live roundtable discussion with community leaders and newsmakers. Plus a quick recap of the day's top stories and weather. ABC7 News at 7, weeknights. Now more than ever, we're here for you, Suncoast.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Welcome back. Mickey is back with another roundup of some of her favorite products, and today we're going to talk about defending our skin from more than just sun. Mickey, what else is going to get us?
Well, new studies today show that the level of pollution in the atmosphere are increasing each year. And this has an effect on our skin. It loses its natural ability to defend itself when exposed to daily attacks from pollution, UV, and atmospheric irritants. So isn't it kind of cool that Origins thought about creating a line that's not just going to work for us for SPF or work for our mask like we were just talking about, but it's really going to help our skin react to the pollution because, hey, it's definitely happening, right?
Yes. So, it's kind of scary if you think about it, that all that gets in through your skin.
Yeah, and our skin is our biggest organ, right? So think about this, you know, it's like our barrier, it's like our protective lens to the environment. So if we can kind of prep it up and get it a little bit more kind of tougher, if you will, to, you know, kind of combat these things that we're seeing, then it's great. And it's nice that there's finally, skincare is going a direction with pollution in mind. So we're thankful for that. So we have 4 products that we're going to show you today that are absolutely awesome. Our first product is their Mega Defense SPF 45. It's the Advanced Daily UV Defender. This is actually created by Dr. Wheel. I don't know if you guys remember him. He was like a super kind of cleanse guy. What's great about this is it helps protect skin from UV rays, pollution, and environmental stress while building skin's barrier. The new Mega 45, their SPF 45 Advanced Daily UV Defender, features an Opuntia cactus, which is this juicy succulent plant that triggers moisture. And we all know how cactus can kind of hold its, you know, water for so long.
Yeah, that makes
what
sense.
a genius product and idea to think about that. So
that's cool.
We love that because we love our SPF too, right?
Absolutely.
Our next product, which is really cool, is the Mega Defense. So this is their barrier boosting essence oil. And now oils are a huge thing right now. So I love this because it is right on current with that. And what this is great for is any kind of irritation, dehydration, environmental stress. The lightweight, fast absorbing and non-greasy formula is clinically proven to help strengthen and nourish skin's barrier that is weakened by pollution. It's like antioxidant rich. You get all the things in there that you want from those beautiful facial oils, but it also has a lot of things in there that are really going to help you with that pollution aspect as well. So we love those facial oils right now. And then we have another one, which we're seeing a lot of really big hype on these mega mushroom products, right? And they're great for like evening the skin tone, but I love this one because this is the Mega Mushroom Skin Relief Micellar Cleanser. And we've seen that those like micellar water cleansers are really, really, really big right now. And we also love it because it's a gentle, it's like no rinse cleanser. It's designed to remove makeup, dirt, and impurities, but it also protects from like future damage and is proven to unclog pores, hydrate skin, and boost radiance. So come on.
It sounds good to me.
And I love just putting this on a cotton pad and like wiping your makeup off, like when you're driving home or doing like that.
Yeah.
And anti-pollutant, which we love, right? So thanks Origins. And then the last product, we were all talking about how much we love masks, right?
I know.
This is absolutely.
I'm dying to have this.
I
Look
want
at
to see you with that on. Improvement. And what's great about this product is that it features this active charcoal, which we're seeing a lot of trending products with active charcoal, and it draws out like those pore cloggers, which you pick out all the time.
Yes.
And it has China clay, it absorbs environmental toxins, and it's just absolutely wonderful. We all love a good mask. And what's so cool right now is if you go to the Origin stores, they're doing these right now they're doing these like little focused kind of specific pollution focused facials. So you can get that, you can go and get a little bitty facial, you can go to their stores and you can kind of talk about it and talk about your needs, but you know now that because of Dr. Wheel connection and these products that they're actually addressing pollution too, not just skincare. So
and they really do work.
Right now.
You know there's so much out there, and to think that it all sinks into our skin, this is a great way to both protect against and draw it out, which is what I'm going home to do. No, Linda, I'm not going to let you see me do it.
I want a picture.
All right, thank you, Mickey. Great to learn what Origins is up to, and of course, we can visit our local Origins retailer or Sephora to find out more about it. We'll be right back.
On the next Black Almanac.
A diverse creative group of musicians, singers, choral directors, and songwriters, along with worship leaders and ministers from Bay Area churches and the surrounding areas of Sarasota, Manatee, Lincoln, and Fort Myers. These young adults, ages 18 to 35, are talented, yielded, and anointed kingdom builders, TYA.
Sunday morning at 7:30 on ABC 7. Introducing the all-new MySuncoast.com. MySuncoast.com has been completely redesigned and includes even more great content and features, including Marketplace, the area's most complete group of listings for local businesses, an all-new entertainment section with the latest news, events, and happenings from around the Suncoast, and your photo submissions. A brand new experience on your desktop or mobile device. The all-new MySuncoast.com. Just another way we're here for you. Monday at 5 on ABC 7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Hello, I'm Rebecca Vargas.
And I'm Don Brennan. The first case of a superbug that cannot be killed by an existing antibiotic has been discovered in the U.S.
It's already been identified in a few infections. Details coming up on Good Morning Suncoast. John?
Watching the tropics very carefully, and we'll let you know what the influence will be on our Monday morning weather.
Monday at 5 on ABC 7's Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
My favorite part of being with SWC is all of the opportunities that we afford the sellers and buyers alike. All of the marketing, all of the advertising that we can do for them that other companies could not possibly do. I want to do the best job possible for the company and for our sellers and buyers alike and for our realtors. I love my job. So it's simple. We just market your home better.
Thanks to my volunteer, I am a better reader.
Thanks to my volunteer, math seems simple now.
Thanks to my volunteer, I discovered new career goals.
I'm a volunteer for Sarasota County Schools, so I know I can make a difference. And you can too. Give an hour, change a life.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today.
Welcome back. Well, Mickey took me on a little field trip last night, and I cannot wait to share with you the latest, greatest thing in makeup.
Well, I mean, I'm actually a little jealous because I didn't have it done for myself when we got to get you your color, but Lancome has created an absolute perfect match for your skin tone with this like revolutionary machine that we're looking at right here. And the foundation is called Teint Particulier. And actually, this is Tampa and this area is going to be one of the first East Coast locations in like what, end of June they said, or mid-June at the Nordstrom's Lancome counter. So what this means is that you can actually go into the store and they will use this little device just like they did.
Watch this.
The other night.
So neat.
They hold it up to 3 different parts of your body, okay? And then you could say your face,
like
your
there.
Yeah. But
Maybe
they said that they even said a girl did their ankle. Like she loved that shade and just kind of mixes.
So it's reading my skin.
It's just like when you bring in a paint sample and they can match
Yes,
exactly, but they're doing this under your
exact
skin.
same concept. Exact same concept. So Mickey, explain what we learned after you get the match red from the scan. Look at what it does.
It mixes it up, and that's the base right there, but they also told us that all foundations are made with 4 colors, right? White, red, yellow, and black. And then once you read your skin tone, you can find out where your reds are, where your yellow is, if you're cool, if you're warm. It reads it on so many different levels, and then it mixes it up.
Oh, it really is like the paint thing, but it makes the perfect makeup.
It's unbelievable, even in the sunlight. And what there she is, look at her, she's getting it put on, and it's fragrance-free, oil-free, paraben-free. It's an exact match. You can pick your formula. You can say, hey, I want light coverage. Hey, I want medium coverage. Hey, I want full coverage.
I want heavy coverage.
Yes, yes. You can get whatever you want. They've really taken all the guesswork out of like going into the, the shopping experience where you don't know and you just have to put yourself into a range with any other foundation
it's so
out
hard
there.
to pick, and so many people buy more than one and mix them together. I have never seen anything that literally reads your skin and then creates a product. It was the ultimate in custom treatment.
And this is going to be here on the Suncoast, Tampa Bay and the Suncoast.
In the International Mall at the Nordstrom's counter at like the end of June.
fabulous.
But wait, this is crazy. You would think that it would be like really expensive to have this custom number that you can go back and refill whenever you want. It was $80, they said.
Oh my goodness.
That was it.
That's it.
Wow.
And that's where the magic happens, right there in that
This
machine.
is her.
Oh, I've got to have this.
I feel like we're so fashion forward.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I always look a little orange, and then my makeup ends and it's white. It
No
looks
two
really
skin tones are the
strange.
same, so thank you for figuring out that we actually need to mix our foundation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Lancome now having custom-made foundation. It's something that you will definitely want to check out. All right, we want to check out Chef Darwin in the kitchen with ceviche. Stay with us.
On Animal Outtakes, every week, it's a new animal adventure. From meeting curious lemurs to feeding big cats and hosing down rhinos, there's never a dull moment. And sometimes these amazing animals chime in. Tune in to Animal Outtakes to find out what they have to say. Watch Animal Outtakes this weekend on ABC 7.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what's coming up at 5 o'clock. The busiest Memorial Day weekend in more than 10 years. Millions of drivers will be sharing the highways over the next couple of days. We'll show you what the Florida Highway Patrol is doing to make sure the roads stay safe. In our traffic watch right now, I-75 moving smoothly for the most part, but we are seeing a little bit of backup near the Fruitville Road exit, but not too bad at this hour in the northbound lanes. Now over to Bob for the latest in the tropics.
That's right. Tropical depression number 2 now. It has formed. The National Hurricane Center putting out an advisory. There are tropical storm warnings in effect for the coastal areas of South Carolina. It's moving to the west, northwest at 13. Top winds are at 35. We don't expect it to become a real big windstorm. However, it will produce a lot of rain, making for a tough weekend for the folks in South Carolina. And we'll have much more on the track and location coming up at 5. See you then.
At ABC 7, it's all about being here for you. Introducing ABC 7 News at 7 with award-winning investigative journalist Lancome. In-depth reporting and debate on important issues and stories in our community. With a featured topic of the day and a live roundtable discussion with community leaders and newsmakers. Plus a quick recap of the day's top stories and weather. ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights. Now more than ever, we're here for you, Suncoast. On the next Black Almanac.
A diverse creative group of musicians, singers, choral directors, and songwriters, along with worship leaders and ministers from Bay Area churches and the surrounding areas of Sarasota, Manatee, Lincoln, and Fort Myers. These young adults, ages 18 to 35, are talented, yielded, and anointed kingdom builders. TYA.
Sunday morning at 7:30 on ABC 7. Hey kids, come and learn baseball from the pros. The Bradenton Marauders are hosting baseball camp on June 27th, 28th, and 29th at McKechnie Field. Boys and girls ages 6 to 14 will learn the fundamentals of hitting, pitching, and fielding from professional Marauders coaches and players at this state-of-the-art training facility. Your camp fee includes a t-shirt, lunch daily, and 1 ticket to the Marauders games on these nights. To sign up, visit mysuncoast.com by June 1st. Presented by ABC 7, your Suncoast news station.
Zooming into the Sarasota Bayfront,
The all-new official Suncoast forecast, only on ABC 7, your Suncoast news. We're here for you.
We are delighted to have Dr. Kaminsky join our team at the Teint Cancer Center.
I'm a radiation oncologist. I was at the National Institutes of Health, most recently at the Medical College of Georgia, specialized in central nervous system cancers, prostate cancers, and other types. At the Teint Cancer Center, we have a level of technology that is second to none.
He has a great wealth of knowledge and shares the same passion that we have for patient care.
My family and I are happy to be here in Sarasota and excited to treat our patients here at the Teint Cancer Center.
They care. They take the time to understand you, take the time to understand your case.
There's no better satisfaction to me than to see a client who is happy because of the job we've done for them.
It's really actually very comforting to know that there's someone that you've heard of and you're getting recommendations about that you can turn to when you have a problem.
I felt like I had a partner in this, and he was going to be by my side.
Welcome back. We're in the kitchen now with Chef Darwin from Ceviche Law. Did I get that right?
You got it.
Ceviche Law. I love it. And those fish are called ceviche?
No, the fish is we got a fresh. The secret about ceviche is having a fresh fish. I mean, I source my ingredients for a local company called Sarasota Seafood Company. We're going to be changing our menu. So those fish, as you can see, that's a beautiful parrot fish.
Gorgeous.
It looks like a parrot. We're going to be making the ceviche with American red snapper and some trigger fish over there. So
let's get started.
Okay, let's do it.
We got some great sous chefs. Well, first we want to start with the lime juice. Lime juice is the main ingredient. We have some lime juice over there.
Lime juice.
We're going to put two of this in the blender.
Okay. Two celeries, two little pieces of celery.
One garlic. I love garlic, so I put two more.
Yeah.
There we go.
No vampires.
Cover it. We're gonna
Got
blend
it
that together.
That's important.
Yeah.
Hold the
And
lid.
what? Grind?
Yeah,
Great.
There we go. Beautiful.
Tell me when to stop.
We keep going. We gotta get a nice emulsify with it.
It's getting frothy.
There we go. You can turn it up.
I don't know how to stop.
There we go.
Is
Beautiful.
that the celery that makes it frothy?
It's the celery, it's the garlic, and everything
great.
else. So now we talked about sriracha, right? We got some sriracha, but this one we have some ají limo pepper. It's a Peruvian pepper. You want to grab this?
Yeah.
Go toss. I slice it. Go around the bowl.
I just wrap it around the bowl.
Correct. Give me some of that beautiful spice to it.
Oh,
They
man,
want to put
that's
some.
what I do wrong. I would have just cut it up,
There we
put
go.
it in there.
We can do that too, but because I got two peppers, I don't want the ají limo pepper overpower the Peruvian yellow pepper.
Oh, look at that.
So that's cherry pepper.
It's Peruvian yellow pepper.
That's a beautiful
You wanna
color.
stir it for you?
Oh, yeah.
Get some of that stir.
I get up in it.
Get some of that salt in there.
Can I use my hands?
You can use it. Go ahead.
Yay!
So it's
here
so
she goes.
simple, but
So you
yet
go easy
so
on that. You don't
flavorful.
want
Oh, I don't wanna
And then
bruise
after
it.
that, we're gonna get that. If you get that the lime juice over there.
This?
I was
Yes.
manhandling the fish.
Yes. Yeah. So
Okay. Pour it in.
The secret about cooking the ceviche is go add the lime juice slowly.
Oh.
Just go slowly. You're gonna.
Do I mix it while she does it?
Go ahead. There we
Is
go.
this
Mix
slow
it.
enough?
Beautiful. Yeah, you can
Why,
right there.
why do you do
Stop.
that?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's it.
because...
That's it for the lime juice?
If you put it too much lime juice, you're gonna kind of the fish is not gonna cook as fast as we want to. So you're gonna keep stirring it, stir the lime juice, stir the fish.
So it really cooks.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, it
Isn't
cooks
that
the
like a
fish.
chemical reaction with the citrus?
It's the citrus that cooks the fish. A lot of recipes will say they leave the fish for 24 hours. It's like cooking a well-done steak.
Okay.
That's how you cook the fish. So we got that. We can put some of that Peruvian
What's
choclo.
that?
It's called Peruvian choclo, which is a Peruvian corn. Where we have it over there. It's called. It's a big husk for it.
Wow. You have a lot of very creative ingredients.
Oh, thank you. Then we're gonna, we're gonna taste it like my grandma.
Yeah.
There you go.
More.
Tell me if you need more salt.
Darwin, how many of your recipes are family recipes, are handed down?
Everything. You know, it's an inspiration of my mom and my grandma, so everything, and I'll make my twist after that.
Sure.
So what we do is like beautiful fish. You can put it right in here in the plate.
Oh.
In here.
It's just that fast?
Yeah, that's it.
It's cooked.
It's cooked. Get
Linda
some.
and Mickey, you two are very good at this.
Oh, yeah? I eat a lot of ceviche.
Yeah.
I might as well learn how to make it.
See, look at this beautiful fresh fish that we're gonna be available. Delivery to the Siesta Key market.
I know. That
is so great.
See, this is the best.
The juice.
The juice.
The juice is always the best.
While Darwin dresses the plate, I want to remind everybody that Chef Darwin is opening a brand new restaurant coming up in June called Ceviche La, and it will be on Siesta Key. You'll definitely want to stop by for his very special style of Latin street food. And he tells us we'll be able to deliver beers and munchies to Siesta Key Beach as well. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
We're very anxious to come see your new restaurant and very excited to be trying the ceviche. All right, well, Mickey has to go back to New York. We will miss you, so we look forward to you coming back to visit us. Always fun to have you here. And Joey, thanks for taking off the headset and hanging out with us like the old days.
Fun to be with the blondes.
That's right. It was a show of Joey and the blondes. So congratulations again to Chef Darwin, and thank you very much for joining us. Be sure to take some time and enjoy the Suncoast View, and we will see you on Monday for a special Memorial Day show.
Great.